楽コンセプト
Hey everybody, welcome to Angaku Concept. This week I'm going to give a little bit of a shameless plug, just because it's relevant to the video, not because I want views or anything. So a couple days ago, it was Sonic the Hedgehog's 25th anniversary, and so me and the Materia Collective put together a massive remix album of a bunch of Sonic songs, and it's called Mobius. And it's really, really cool. There's a lot of amazing tracks on there. I contributed a cover of Ice Mountain from Sonic Advance. If you want to hear the original version of that song, you can click here. If you want to hear my cover, you can click here. And I want to talk about kind of how I went about arranging it and why I went for the style that I did and kind of the key differences between the two. So I won't go into like why I chose Ice Mountain in particular, but when I wanted to start working on it, the first thing I thought was I want to do a rock version of this, kind of in the style of like the Sonic Generations stuff that Jun Sonoe did, like the Green Hill, you know. Or Chemical Plant. So I wanted to do something kind of like that. So the first thing I thought to do would be to bring the tempo of the original song down, and then make the drums faster by putting them in double time. So what I mean by that, if you listen to the original song, the drums are in normal time. The basically with rock rhythms, you have the snare drum hit on the 2 and 4 beats. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first snare hit in the original version is syncopated, so it plays just before that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. But it's approximately, typical timing for a rock rhythm. But what I did was I slowed down the original tempo. And then I made the drums twice as fast in comparison to that as they were in the original. So the original melody goes do do do. I can't sing and do this at the same time. Do do, like that. But what I did, 1, 2, 3, 4, do do. So the snare is hitting much more frequently, and that's what makes the tempo seem a lot quicker, even though the melody itself is a lot slower than in the original version of the song. With rock rhythms, the basic idea is that you have your snare on the 2 and 4. Technically, what I did isn't really double time because the tempo that I set, the snare is indeed hitting on the 2 and 4. It's just that the melody is so slow in comparison to the original. But with drums in rock music, you kind of have a couple terms floating about. Generally, you have your drums, your snare hit on the 2 and 4, as I mentioned previously. If you have your snare only hit on the 3, that's called halftime. So if your normal rhythm is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, halftime would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A really fantastic example of this is in You Will Know Our Names from Xenoblade Chronicles. And then the other term is double time, which is when your snare goes twice as fast as instead of being on the 2 and 4, it's on the and. So if you count in eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is really common in the modern day Sonic music. Go Quickly from Sonic Runners is a very good example of this. So while what I did isn't technically double time within the context of the arrangement that I made, compared to the original melody, my drums are in double time, which is what makes it seem so quick. It has such a quick pace despite the melody being so slow. I just thought it was a neat way to go about it. An example of exactly the same thing I did is Junior Sonoi's arrangement of Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic Generations. He took the original melody, he slowed it down, and he brought the drums up. And it's really, really cool. I really like that sound a lot. So hopefully this gets you to think about the placement of your snare in your drum parts and your drum parts in general, because those are really, really important, and they have a massive impact on the way your arrangement comes across. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, for you guitarists out there who are curious, I'm in standard tuning in that song. I'm playing my A power chords like this, just with the open E and A strings. It's kind of a rootless A power chord. I'm pretending I have a 7th string. That's kind of like fake drop tuning. I do that a lot. If you want to see how I do that, I did a video about that, which you can find up here. And if you want to see my cover, you can find it over here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.